Siddhartha Gautama was born in a miracle birth in around 500 BC. He was born in India. Siddhartha was his personal name and Gautama was his family or clan name. He was born the son of a king into wealth and pleasure. Siddhartha was born at a time of big social changes, with farms converting to cities, big kingdoms being created, and economic changes going on. It was an intellectually exciting but challenging time. Gautama lived the beginning of his life in a palace as a prince. He was married through an arranged marriage and had a child. In the palace, he was isolated from religion and knowledge of human suffering. He never left the palace and all of his needs were met. Once all his basic needs were met, he still felt unsatisfied. He began to think about the purpose and meaning of life, and he started to ask questions about life and the culture and beliefs presented to him. At the age of 29, he left the palace for the first time. Upon leaving the palace, he encountered four sights: an old man, a diseased and sick man, a decaying corpse, and an ascetic wanderer. Upon seeing these four sights, he realizes that there is suffering in the world, and he is determined to find a solution. After this experience, he renounced his life of pleasure and sought answers about life's purpose and meaning. He left the palace for good, and he became an ascetic wanderer. He went from a life of extreme pleasure and satisfaction to a life of self-denial and discipline as an ascetic. His experience of a near-death experience as an ascetic helps him to find a middle way of life between extreme pleasure of life in the palace and extreme asceticism. By following the middle way, he realized enlightenment and he was released from samsara and never reborn. Until Siddhartha's death, he taught others the middle way, the Four Noble Truths, and the Eightfold Path leading to enlightenment and the release of samsara. His teachings have spread around the world, and as Buddhism has found its way in all parts of the world.